Welcome back to another episode of the Complete Performance Exercise Breakdown video series. We are in week 3 of this squats series where I'm taking down the different forms and progressions of squats to lead you into that barbell back squat. Because a lot of us know what the back squat looks like, but we don't know the proper progressions to get to that point and how to do it most effectively so that we get the results that we want, but we feel great doing it. So our third progression in this squat series is the front squat. And the front squat is a love-hate relationship for a lot of us. We love that it burns our quads, it burns our glutes, we feel it in our core. It's one of the best squat variations that you feel throughout your body. But it's a little bit difficult to get into the right position and find the right way and most comfortable way to hold that bar. So I want to break down how to get set up with the front squat and how to execute it properly. The first thing we need to do is we need to go through how to set yourself up underneath that bar. Now there are two ways. There's the conventional rack position for a front squat, where you come underneath. I like to come underneath, grab my hands right where that smooth meets the rough on the bar here, because that's about where my shoulder distance is. Come underneath and I push up so that my shoulders are right underneath that bar. And yes, it does feel a little bit like that bar is going to choke you. Now from here, I'm holding on to that bar because I have the wrist, the shoulder, the elbow mobility to push my elbows up here. Where I see a number of people go wrong is they're down here with their elbows and they're supporting that bar with their wrist. They're holding it out in front of them. That makes the limiting factor for this exercise how much your upper body can hold. And for anyone, male, female, in between, your lower body is stronger than your upper body. So naturally, we're going to be in this position. Feet are going to be shoulder width apart, and you're going to push those elbows up. But maybe you don't have that range of motion. Maybe you need that range of motion. What you're going to do is you're going to go a cross rack position. So you're going to come underneath with both shoulders, and you're going to cross those arms in front. Now, you still need the mobility to be able to push those elbows up, but you're gonna do it more in a regular kind of front raised position for those shoulders. Do what's comfortable for you and play with the variation that works. But I will tell you that regardless the variation you choose, you're gonna experience some discomfort in the beginning. Those shoulder blades are going to hurt a little bit because of where that bar has to rest. But I promise you, you're not injuring yourself if you're following these techniques and these guidelines for setup. And you just have to give it a couple training sessions to build kind of that cushion and that space on your shoulders to support that. So it will come, think of it like a callus, okay? So when you find the right rack position for you, most of the technique for a front squat stays the same. Feet are going to be shoulder width apart. You're going to turn those toes out just slightly to turn on those glutes. Now from here, I'm going to brace that core. I'm going to tuck my rib cage down, pull that sternum down, and I'm going to open up my hips, bend at the knee, bend at the hips to lower down into that squat position. Now one thing I see with the front squat is that as people come down, they like to travel forward with their eyes and with their chest. What that does is that rotates you forward through that upper body. What I want you to think is that if you were to hold something up on your elbows here, that it would stay there the whole time. Then drive that chest back up. So chest should stay up the entire time. Somebody standing in front of you should be able to read that logo. You're opening up those hips, sitting down into the bottom of that squat, driving back up. Now, the front squat is a great exercise for the quads and the glutes. And I touched on some of the common mistakes. The leaning forward, the supporting it with your wrist here. But the biggest thing to remember with the front squat is that that rib cage has to be tucked. If you're here and you're driving up out of that hole, but you're pushing up with that chest and you round back here, you're gonna feel it in that low back. But the contrary is also true. If you let that core loosen and you kick those hips back to drive up this way, it's gonna be difficult to support that weight up. The front squat is designed to help you stay upright throughout the entire motion. So start light, find the grip and the hold for that bar that's right for you, and build and add weight as your technique allows it. Continue to use front squats and the counterbalance squat and the goblet squat in this squat progression so that you can build and get to that back squat with perfect form, perfect technique, and you can get the best results.